we're this is gonna be a great match. We're excited about this matchup. I don't think anyone probably saw this one coming, so this is gonna be something that we're all, looking to see what happens, and if Giorgio actually gets taken down.
Yeah, Chad, I want to start with this because you were telling me earlier, Chad, that you were in the same room with Arman and Giorgio, and things got. It wasn't like bad, but it was electric, I believe was the word you described. Can you expound on what it was like being in the room with those two guys yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, they're both unbelievable competitors. All jokes aside, Giorgio will accept matchups against very talented wrestlers. People say he doesn't, and they hate on him, but he does a lot for the community. He's a badass. And then Arman, obviously, the only thing I'll let them talk about it, but there was a bet that was had between the two of them that has nothing to do with RAF specifically, but I'll let you ask him that question.
Okay, what was the bet?
There's a briefcase coming.
Oh, there's a briefcase coming. Okay.
So as of
Yes.
right now, me and Arman came to an agreement. We bet $10K on the match winner.
All right. I like that.
I think there may be a little bit more talk about betting throughout this press conference. I see a nice briefcase over there.
All right, can we
What we
see the
got over
briefcase?
here?
Somebody give Captain a mic.
Oh boy,
Arman,
that finger on the mute button.
internationally in Russia, you asked me what was my favorite move, and you hit it on my fighter. Respect. But now I got a question for you. What's your favorite takedown?
My favorite takedown. I don't know, double leg.
It doesn't matter what your takedown is because this is the takedown
Last time
vault match.
Last time you said same, and then I choke your guy out.
But this time,
Your guy was sleeping on the
this
mat.
time you guys got bets on the line, money on the line. So
The best guy you
Takedown
have
vote.
so far is Henry Cejudo. That's all.
takedown vote match.
What do you
How
brought?
much?
What is there? What is
How
inside?
much goes in here if you can't take him down? You said you would dominate him.
Say one more time.
How much money goes in the vault? How much goes in the vault if you can't take him down?
As much as you want.
And how much if George takes you down? You guys set the terms. Tomorrow night, this takedown
Come
vote
closer, come closer,
gets
come.
unsealed.
So
You don't get to touch the vote.
listen.
Tomorrow night,
I'll hold
You
the
should,
This
you,
gets
should, you,
unsealed.
should, you should bring bigger. This is too
bigger
small.
suitcase.
This is too small.
Let's go. Tomorrow night, that vote gets unsealed.
Okay.
You guys set the terms. George, Arman, have at it. Real American
Okay.
freestyle.
So I was told Arman was gonna 10-0 me. Now, Arman, let's say that you don't get the takedown. Let's come to an agreement here. How much you gonna put on the line if you can't take me down?
Pucho asar men bazarum çenkeli.
You can talk about anything at the press conference. I think this is pretty exciting, don't you guys?
Bro, yesterday we talked and we agreed 10,000. So
Yes.
we're not gonna do
10,000
the
match
same
winner.
conversation because
Yeah,
conversation
yeah.
wasn't that good
Yeah, I
because
agree.
we have a different amount of money in my package and your package. So let's stay in 10,000.
Okay.
All right, next question.
Next question.
One last question for Arman.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Sorry.
I mean, you see this
I
guy on
told
the
you-
internet everywhere flying
I
with all
told
this
you bring
money. That's
somebody
kind of
who
his
has
image,
money,
you know?
and then you have a tools to talk. You know.
Okay, let's next question.
One last question for Arman. Arman, your good buddy Ilya Taporia has been talking about you, saying that if he fought you, you would, I believe the word he used was you would panic in the octagon with him. Wanted to see if you had a response to Ilya Taporia and his recent comments about you.
Not yet. I'm focused on bodybuilder right now. And after bodybuilder, I can respond to Ilya Taporia.
Arman right here. You're the #1 contender in the UFC right now in the lightweight division. Are you chasing more belts just in the RFA 2 or just chasing the UFC one?
I'm chasing RAF as well. So, but yeah, as you know, my goal is UFC. But when I don't have a fight, it's fun, to wrestle, and I make money. Media, everything is good. So I like compete. You know, it's like my thing, and I'm young and I have a lot of energy. I can compete every month. So, but I think RAF gotta create new belt, like a superstar belt, because we cannot compete with the freestyle wrestlers, to be honest. So it's completely different. As you know, like we are fighters, and I wish you can like do like some like UFC did like a BMF, like you can do something like that.
So Izzy and I already talked about this because Henry was saying the same thing, even though he's an Olympic gold medalist. But we were discussing that we're going to create a new belt. But Arman, you could compete pretty. So can Giorgio, but definitely from the perspective of a new belt, Izzy and I have already talked about it.
Next question for Izzy. You're involved in all styles of wrestling from youth all the way up to right here to the RFA. How important is it for you to maintain that involvement in all levels and help the individual's youth come up and rise to hopefully be on this stage?
You know, when I was young, I didn't know really what I was going to do. My dad owned a tree service, and that was really hard work, you know. So I said, no way, I'm going to go do what I love to do. And I was going to go find a wrestling room and try to attract kids and help change their lives and always be the guy that I needed in my life from 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. You know, a lot of kids aren't fortunate enough to have great mentors and great wrestling rooms and great friends of the sport and college connections, you know. So it was super important for me to when I started wrestling to be that guy, and I haven't changed. You know, I love youth wrestling, and my nephew's running around here, even though he don't like being called my nephew, but Chad's son, you know, and that's kind of how we started this whole thing, you know, just in the wrestling room, teaching little kids how to sprawl and brawl, how to get after it, and it's super important. I think the grassroots of this sport are going to push this league forward. I think all the youth in the country really love it. I was talking to Aljo last night at dinner and his lovely wife, and just expressing how when I was a young kid, I went to the WWE, but they weren't really wrestlers like we were. I went to the Sox games, and they were just all superstars, but none of them were like me, you know. And I think that for these guys to be out there and to have a platform for the young group of athletes around the world, it's a no-brainer. So I'm gonna live and die in the wrestling room, and there's no doubt about it. We like to say wrestling is life, and I appreciate that question because I think Arman will tell you, Giorgio will tell you, and definitely all these other wrestlers. We're doing this for more than just us, and we're definitely doing it for more than the purse. This is about the sport of wrestling and growing the sport, and I always like to say the greatest sport in the world.
And just Izzy's point, I met him in his wrestling room, and he this morning I was watching. We were in the hotel lobby, and he's talking to Haley, who's on our team, and they're at girls states right now. And last week he had 49 state qualifiers from the Izzy style, so he's still able to manage both and doing a pretty damn good job of it.
I wake up in the morning, I go to the restroom. I like to tell people, and I told everyone at the athlete meeting when I was 9 years old, my dad told me that wrestling was going to change my life, and it did, but not much has changed since. I go to the restroom in the morning, I go to the restroom after school. So that's what I do. I love the wrestling room, and I just love it, and that's how I've built this unbelievable relationships with all these guys. I've known literally most of these guys since they were little kids, and whether I was wrestling with them or coaching against them or competing against them through coaching, it's the grassroots of this sport. So we're gonna keep it going, and if you want to find me, you'll find me at Izzy Style Wrestling.
Giorgio, would you say that this is your biggest step up in competition against Arman? And what are your thoughts, all joking aside, on his skill set and what he brings to the table for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, I've been wrestling since I was 4 years old, so I've competed against better wrestlers than this guy my whole life. He is a very good wrestler. He's great at what he does. He's one of the best fighters in the world. Shout out to his PR team. They're killing it on social media. That's part of the reason that I was interested in this match. He's been winning everything there is to win. He's been dominating. So when I got brought this opportunity, I felt like it was an opportunity from God to make a name for myself and elevate my brand, my career, and also it's the people's match. It's the #1 person people on social media wanted to see me wrestle, and I thought it was a great opportunity.
This question's for Arman. Hello, this question's for Arman. Recently, you and David Carr were talking about interest in wrestling each other. So if victorious tomorrow night, is that the next matchup that you want? And why does it interest you so much?
I don't know. I gotta check how I'm gonna look like on Saturday, and then we talk.
Over here, Arman.
Yeah, Giorgio, this is obviously a passion of yours, a passion of everybody here is wrestling. How do you want to show that the passion of wrestling to a guy like Arman, who's a UFC fighter first, as he said, how do you want to show that wrestling is, you know, real and that he should be taking this very seriously?
I like to believe he's taking it serious. You know, if you watch my videos, you can tell that I do know what I'm doing. Anyone that knows wrestling, if you just watch my videos, you can see the technique speaks for itself. So, I mean, I don't know what else much to say about that.
You're a blogger. What are you talking about? You never wrestle with
coming
good wrestlers.
from you, have you seen your
Bro.
social media? Go eat some
Bro.
more food. Go eat some more food.
It's better to eat food than beat some trash canes.
Okay. Let's see how you do on the mat with me. Then we'll talk.
Let's go.
Giorgio.
If I beat you, don't go out with this thing anymore, okay?
Okay.
I'll
I'm gonna
change your
10-0
job.
you. 10-0 you.
I'll
worry.
change your job.
10-0.
You're gonna be my bodyguard because you have good muscles.
We'll see. We'll
And
see how that
I'll
works
pay
for
good
you.
money, no worries.
Giorgio, so I have a question for you. You know, you say you have this wrestling background. All we really see is what we see on social media. I've heard from multiple sources that you have been taken down and haven't posted it. I don't know if that's a truth or not, but, you know, what are some skill sets that you're looking to bring to Arman that he may not be used to? Like, do you have this endurance that we don't know about? Like, single leg, double leg, like, what's going on?
You know, I'm just going to go out there and wrestle. I always just, you know, wrestling's a feel thing for me at this point. I've been doing it since I was a little kid, so, you know, there's not much to think about there. We kind of just go out there and perform. And as far as me being taken down and not posting it, I post all my videos. People will always have something to say. You know, it's the internet, people talk, and all that is great. As long as I'm being talked about, it means I'm doing something right.
So you say nobody take you down on the street?
Is that what you heard?
Yes. Is it
Thought
true
so.
or not?
This is true.
Wow. Why you not Olympic champ?
You asked me this question yesterday, and
I asked, like, on the
I'll
media
answer it
one more
again.
time.
You know,
Media wanna hear
my
that.
goal is to promote the sport of wrestling in a
It's
fun
just
way.
excuses.
No, you know, everybody has different goals.
Okay, good job.
Why aren't you an Olympic champ? Why aren't you UFC champ?
Soon. Number
Yeah,
one contender.
yeah.
But
I think
where you
everybody's
at?
still waiting.
Where you
Let's
at
see.
in the wrestling? From the bottom of number one.
All right, guys, next group. The main event, like the one we have, I mean, you guys see the card. I mean, the card is going from start to finish, from Clay Guida and Muggsy going to kick this thing off, you know, to Everest, and just the crowd is going to be electric, guys, and we're super proud of it.